So just allow yourself to be fully present in this moment. Just within yourself. In that space of peace and silence. Allow your body to be fully relaxed. Just drop your shoulders a bit. You can now take a deep breath in and let go through the mouth. Another deep breath in. So wonderful. Lovely to have you all today. So I'll just set up the screen in one moment. Okay. So today we're going to turn a little bit and discuss about the Murli that was read, and the title was The Spiritual Astrologer of Knowledge and Yoga. Have you already gone through that Murli? Have you maybe read a few days back, or have you reread that Murli? Has anyone gone through that? You can unmute or just show that by action or on the chat box. The Murli that had a title, The Spiritual Astrologer. Can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Yes. Did others get the message that about this particular Murli, or you just did it as your weekly Murlis? Was it announced or not?
No, it was not announced.
Okay. So, but we have maybe some of
we
you
have read this.
right?
We have read this movie.
Yeah. Okay. So this topic of astrology is very interesting because as you might have experienced yourself, we are, the newspaper used to come early, and after that, the media, social media, and other ways of getting some information about your star, about what is there in stock for you for that particular year, about the future, basically. And we all at some point of time have been thinking about, and you feel that you would like to look into what is going to happen that particular day or that particular year. Yeah. So I was definitely, interested just to know. And sometimes maybe I'm not interested in others to know that I'm interested, but I would still look into, something that would tell me about what is in stock for me. Has anybody else had that experience that, you kind of find yourself reading something, especially, there is the yearly chart in the Chinese astrology. Anybody has been, looking into some of these aspects? Of course, there are other ways as well, because in especially in India, there's a lot of emphasis on the stars. Like, for example, um, when people would like to get married, or when there is something that you would like to start, you would consult astrologer. Yeah. Okay. So has anybody had any experience like that? Or like, found themselves very keen to know about what is in stock? Just a simple thing I will tell you, like in schools, people who used to read the palms, everybody would go to them. They knew how to read, and they would say, you have this, or you might have this many children. Your life might be like this. There might be health issues at this point of time. Yeah. So I'm sure, at some point or the other, we are kind of, we are kind of, told that, and maybe we come across and we somehow get interested. Yeah. So somebody says that Renuji says you always used to, yes, always read in the newspaper. Yeah. Vinod Bhai says yes. Yeah. So so Shivani Ben says, very honestly, never found interest in this field. Yeah, that's also very interesting, But was there anything, any aspect in your life where you felt that if you just knew? Yeah. Is there any of the feeling that you have to decide on something and you're so confused and you're not sure which way to go, especially those big decisions in your life? How did you take those decisions? What was it in your mind that determines which way to go, especially when things are not really going smoothly? I remember even, there's another thing that in our childhood, when things were not good, when a child was constantly sick, you would give donations. You would invite people, or you give donations. So this whole thing encompasses the idea that we would like to have a glimpse of something in the future, that, kind of interests us. Om says that I used to read my horoscope often when there was any challenge in life. Yeah. So I mean, we have different ways, I know, but, somehow there is a little bit, of feeling of, like interest. There is a little bit of interest, I think, in us, when we are in an issue, or when there is something that is challenging that happens, especially. But otherwise, there is also curiosity, because it's like magic. I mean, how do you know what's going to be happening, right? So that everybody's interested in magic. So astrologers were like, these people who were like strange. I'll tell you a story in a moment, but let's just read Shivani Ben's comment. She says, agrees. I agree. It is at times really hard to take decisions, especially the irreversible ones. But decisions have to be taken, whether we like it or not. I feel it's better to take decision than otherwise. Yeah. So actually, I met an astrologer, like an astrologer, you can say, and I was sitting with that person. He spoke Turkish, and he asked me, to sit and, he could only speak Turkish. So there was a person who was translating. And he was translating what the guy was saying. But before he started, we were just sitting. And as we were sitting, I just asked my friend that, has he done something? Because I feel something, and the guy replied that he's tuned into my mind, so he could have an access of what was going on inside me. And basically everything that you experience is actually stored. So he said the word mind, but we know that it's in our sanskar. And you might have heard also in the Murli's Baba talking about the Brahmin priest calling the soul who passed away, things like that. They used to do that in the past. And I was actually amazed because whatever he said was very accurate. And one of the things that he said, he said that there will be people from the royal family that you will meet. Okay. So me being living in the UAE, my mind started thinking that I will be meeting some kind of sheikhs, the kings of the country or somebody like that. He said that will change your life. Okay, so he just told me that there will be some people or somebody you will meet from the royal family, and that will change your life. Okay, now that was long ago, and I was doing a special kind of healing breath. It was a program in Turkey, and that's how I met this astrologer. And he was gifted. He didn't learn this skill. He just knew this. It just happened to him. And that's what he told me. He told me that you will be. And then later on, I realized that what he was talking about the Brahmin royal family that I was going to meet. And I was thinking more in terms of, people, some rich person or something like that, that will, change my life. But it wasn't that. I never met any. I did meet some of the royal family members, but I knew that this was nothing to do with that. It was to do with this royal family that I'm with right now. And this was like 15 years ago. So just one comment here. Sister Lakshmi saying, yes, I have consulted and I have strong belief in horoscope, which didn't turn out true, probably out. Okay. To be correct, after my husband's death, I stopped believing it. At present, I don't believe. Yeah. So let's go into the Murli and unpack the Murli. But it's interesting, what happened in an astrology or astrologer. We seek some kind of decision making, and that's the main reason why we are intrigued, or sometimes just curiosity. But mainly, we have to decide on something, or we feel that if we are informed, we will be able to decide better. And that's what the Baba is talking about in today's Murli. So, what do the astrologer do is basically they tune into something that tells us about our lives. Now, this whole thing actually is stored in the soul. So the soul has your past, present, and future. Everything is there. Okay, so what I realized was there are times, there are souls that we can trust and who can give us some guidance. So I'm not really talking about, I think it's an option that we have, that, we might trust somebody, they might tell us something, and it might help us in guiding. So I won't dismiss totally. But Baba is giving us another tool. Baba is saying that you are an astrologer yourself, or you become the astrologer. And how does he guide us? He says that, like one of the ways to make sure that whatever is coming for you is going to be correct is your action at the present. Okay. And Baba takes it as an example of an actor. Okay. So when an actor plays its role, if you have played in any role, if you know, in the past, whether it was in school or whatever, you're very, very focused. Okay. And you would like to give your best performance. Okay. So even though it is an acting, but you are so careful that every step, and that's why even, you know, in today's world, we notice that to make you know, like 1 minute or 2 minute video, it takes so much time. You know, they repeat the shot so much, and that's the precision and how accurate it needs. And they rehearse so much. Yeah. So in our lives as well, if we have this consciousness that we are actors and the world is watching, we are very careful of our steps. Now, we also know something else that maybe others don't know, which is basically whatever performance I give, there is no second takes. It's only one take. Okay, so you've given the performance, like for example, now I'm talking to you. This is my only chance. You know, this is life. We haven't rehearsed even. And, you know, that's it. You know, so I have to be very, very accurate. Now, there are two kinds of accuracy. There is an external accuracy, which actors are very good at, but there is also an internal accuracy. Okay, the accuracy of how your space is within. Okay, so this is what Baba is talking about, that we have to be, Baba said that, think even when you are doing something by yourself, you are in front of the world. Now, this takes everything to a second level. Okay. One is I'm dealing with other people. One is when I'm alone. Okay. And I really like this question, and I will share this question to you. Check, how are you? What kind of person you are when nobody is watching you? This question was very powerful when I thought about it. When I heard this question, you know, I'll repeat the question for the benefit of the others. Check how do you behave, how you are when you are on your own. Yeah. When we are with other people, we are in a certain way. Yeah. Okay, there is some kind of norms that we have to follow, but in terms of your thoughts, in terms of your feeling, when nobody is there, okay, you will know from your behavior. Okay, when nobody is watching, in your room, in your office, you know, in your atmosphere, you know, like for example, you live with other people and they go on vacation, you know, how is your space? Does it change or is it the same? Anybody would like to respond to that? If you like to. Yeah, I remember myself, you know, mom was not there and I was young and the whole place was mess. Not only that, you know, I mean, I was given the instruction that I had to wash my clothes and all. And I saw that the pile of clothes were growing, you see? So, you know, just see, you know, when you're just by yourself. And some people are lucky, they are already by themselves, they are living on their own. So, you know, maybe they are more disciplined, I don't know. But I was miserable, you know, I had all sort of clothes lying somewhere and, you know, I had to, you know, do it fast, you know, before they came back and wash them, you know. I remember even at the university days, you know, it was a little bit like that, you know, last minute. So, you know, you might have had that experience, but what Baba is telling us, whether somebody is watching you or not watching you, how is your behavior? You know, in yesterday's Murli, Baba spoke about manners. You know, he said that good manners is the basis of how you are. If your manners are good, then you can claim something. Huh? So Shivani Ben says, what this means is how I behave with myself when I am in my own company. Yeah. What I consider myself to be. Yeah. The self-talk that you give yourself, listen to that talk and see, is it what you would do, when others are there? So hold myself, how I look up at myself, that in words, in my integrity. Yeah. Yeah. It's like looking at the mirror. Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes, when you give people mirror, they can't handle it. I've known a case where we did an exercise with the mirror and some people couldn't look at the mirror. Just the mirror. I mean, that's just your physical self. Okay. So let's move on further. Okay. So Baba asked a question in that Murli. And the question was, do you know how to judge the line on the forehead? Do you know how to judge the line on the forehead? From the face, from the eyes, and from the forehead. Yeah. Is there somebody who would like to say something? I thought somebody had unmuted themselves, or just by coincidence. Somebody would like to comment anything so far? Just generally, it's nice to hear from you also. Any thoughts? Yes,
Shanti. First of all, thank you very much because you hit the nail on my head.
Oh.
And this has been going on for the past 2 to 3 years. Yeah. I'm very happy because you're from the country where I worked for 30 years. Mm-hmm. What I would like to say is, born in a family of astrologers and palmistry and listening to Bejan Daruwala, who was one of the most spiritual astrologer of my time.
Yeah.
And I loved the way he spoke about astrology, his predictions, his vibrations, the time they come, this turn. Yes, somewhere deep within me, astrology was always there down, even if Baba's knowledge was there, as long as it's in my favor. If it was not in my favor, I think it really hit up. This happened in the year 2019. I have a student who's a very famous astrologer in Tamil Nadu. She's my student. She just calls me up one day suddenly after so many, ma'am, I think you should leave UAE. I didn't understand. I said, but why should I? I'm doing well. I said, is my health there? Am I going to die? She said, no, I can't tell you all that. You leave the UAE. But I didn't believe it. I said, no, maybe she's wrong. But I know she was an absolute astrologer and all, because I didn't like something she's telling me, which was not good. Still, deep down within me, it got so ingrained. I suffered from a stroke within 1 year when I was such a nothing I had. But I have never been to a doctor or anything. I had a stroke. So much that thing of astrology, it was already in my blood because of the family and the student of mine given. And for the past 3 to 4 years, I am with Baba. And every day I sit with him. Baba really has given me scenes and made me strong. Many seniors have given. But I should still say today what you spoke about, internal accuracy of my space with it. I liked it. Yeah. I'm just looking about what they say about me. I'm not even able to listen to what my Baba is saying. I've got the knowledge, but this astrology is somewhere deep down. I don't know where to tell you, whether in my samskars or something. It just comes up at times and it, blows. But I know I won't use the word rubbish. I know it's something fanatic for me to think about it. But I'm trying to slowly come out of it. And I like this, what you said, watch myself when I'm alone. I'm very strong. But what happens when I go outside, I stumble. So this is the only one thing which Baba has made you come today to put me in this because probably he's too tired in explaining to me. Thank you, Arif Bhai.
Thank
I
you.
just wanted to share how I
Wonderful. Yeah. So Baba, we'll open up a little bit more. And, like I was always confused about this, I mean, of course, there is an interest to know, that there should be some way where my decisions, there should be some basis where I will know exactly what I need to do, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Okay, so Om says that, just take the comment, and thank you, Girijaban. We'll take another comment from the chat box. Om says, when nobody is watching, soul's current behavior or sanskars tend to dominate and emerge. However, Baba taught us that when lonely, remember your original Anadi and royal Adi sanskars that time. Yeah. So we have to be alert. And one thing is, Baba talks about it later, but I don't want to lose the plot. I will speak to it as and when it comes. Yeah. So the question was, how do we know, about, how can we be astrologers? By watching the eyes, the forehead, and the face. And Baba focuses more on the forehead and the eyes, not even the face, the forehead and the eyes. Because they say that, one thing, if you want to recognize a person, you look at the eyes of that person. Then you remember, so there's something in the eyes that is so unique, and can tell you about the person. So it's not like you remembering how they look like, because they can change like this, but the eyes are the same. And the eyes can tell you much about the soul. Yeah. So it says, have you become fortune tellers or not? So Baba asks us, have we become fortune tellers? So when I am the fortune teller, then I don't need to, the first thing that happens, then I don't need to find a fortune teller. I am the fortune teller. Okay. And why Baba is telling us that you have to become one. Okay. So there are three things. Okay. And this whole thing is how to build your power to discern. It's all about power of discernment, which is our core in our study. If there is any power that is highest of all powers, one of the highest powers is the power to be able to know, to be able to discern what way to go, what is right from wrong. Yeah. So there are three aspects. Okay. So there are three things that we need to understand. The first one is, if we look at somebody, we should know his life. What was his life in the past? Okay. So the moment I meet somebody, I should be able to tell what that person's past is. Okay. Carefully be with me and bear with me. The second thing is, what is his vision and attitude at present? Okay. What was his life from the past? What is his current attitude and vision? And the third is, to what extent he can create his future reward. Okay. To what extent can he create the future reward? Baba always says, if you come to me, I will tell you what's your stage, right? Baba used to say this often, right? So now check
Brother,
yourself.
can you repeat? Can you repeat
So
the
there are
second
three
one?
things. There are three things. Whenever you meet somebody, when you look at somebody, through their forehead, through their eyes, and the face, you should be able to know what is this person's, the first thing is what his life was in the past. Okay, that's the first thing you should be able to know. The second thing is, what is his vision and attitude at present? Okay. What is his vision and attitude at present? And the third thing is, to what extent he can create his future reward. Okay. To what extent can he create his future reward? Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
So Now, it's a big thing, we have not been trained as astrologer. We don't look at the stars, but we need to be able, as Brahmins, we need to be able to know when we, the one, in one word, Baba says, feel the pulse. Okay. And in my practical experience, I don't know how I do it, but I feel when somebody is genuine and when somebody is faking it, you just know it. But sometimes something else is blinding us. We don't have that clarity because something else is blinding. And what is that blindness? Is the weakness. Baba calls it our weakness. Our weakness does not allow to be able to be astrologers, to be able to see somebody and to be able to say that where this person is coming from, what is his current attitude, and how much can he earn? And if we look at it in Baba's knowledge point of view, we are all in a mess. At the moment, our past is the mess because we came from that kind of atmosphere. We are in Iron Age. What do you expect? We are all having a lot of weaknesses. We are all having so much vices, right? Okay, that's where we are coming from. So our past is full of all these things, misery, sorrow, all sort of things that we have brought with us. Okay, externally, it might be fine. And you might not want to admit, and say that, look, that's how life was. Like externally for me, I couldn't find anything wrong. I had everything, in fact, even now, I have everything that I need. But the turmoil inside, there is something that erupts every now and then. You become angry, from that behavior. If I become angry, there's something wrong. There's some weakness still there. If I have desire, I know there's something wrong within myself. Yeah. So the same way, when we meet somebody, we know what is their past. Okay. We know that they have come from Copper Age. They started devotion and they landed up in Iron Age, whereby so whichever, depending on the soul time, they've gone through these stages. Yeah. So we know what is the past. Okay. The past of every soul is they have come from or they are going from that level where the soul descended and it's very powerful to a lower power. Yeah. So they're becoming weaker. So Radhamani, Sister Radhamani says that I met one astrologer. He predicts is accurate, 100% true in my life. Yeah. As I told you, I have also met an astrologer who predicted, but I had to decode that. Okay. And it's nice. It was good, but it was there. I realized it was there. I was creating it. Okay. So they can predict, yes, you're right. And, sometimes it can help also. That's also true. Yeah. So how to know the past of everyone? The past of everyone is the same. Okay. They are in some pain. And they say that if you just scratch the surface, you will start noticing this pain. It doesn't take time. Just ask somebody. Recently I asked somebody how they are. I just like that, I just, how are you? But I asked it to really know, with that feeling that I wanted to know how this person was. Within 2 days, that person told me that he is in deep issue. He's got a deep issue and he has a big family issue that he's going through, and he said that when you asked me, I felt that I should tell you about this. So he opened up. Okay. So all you need to do is know that, look, everybody is going through some kind of difficulty in their lives. Okay. There might be some very few fortunate ones who might be free from everything, especially those who are not in Gyan. Okay. The second thing is, how do we know what is their current attitude? Okay. How do we know a person's attitude? And Baba mentioned the vision, somebody's vision and attitude, because there are many actors, People pretend now like anything. You don't need to go far to see, because in our workplaces, that's what we are training people. We're training people to pretend. We're telling them you should smile like this. When you're giving a talk, you should look around, you should, give eye contact and, all this. And it's all artificial. It's not true. We're training them. It's not bad. I'm not saying that we shouldn't do that, but there is so much artificialness in our lives. Okay. So just one comment before we proceed. Vinod Bhai says, true, we had an old sanskars, but now Baba meant us leaders, we become golden age kings, winners. Yeah, true. Om says true. Okay, so the attitude and the vision of someone, Baba says, just look at their eyes, look at, the soul, and you will know what is their attitude. Okay. And there are a lot of people who pretend, they pretend to be sweet, they pretend to be nice, but they have some other agenda within themselves, and if you are sharp, you will be able to pick up that. And you need to be very aware. Most of our communication is non-verbal. Okay. It's in our face, in our expression, and even deeper than that is the vibe that we carry. So more than listening to somebody, okay, yes, we have to hear the words. You need to look at somebody and you need to feel somebody. Okay, this will help us in determining that person's vision and that person's attitude. Okay, of course, there is an external behavior, but that's not all. So like you have to be completely present, completely aware, completely balanced in yourself, and totally in your stage of peace. Then it's very easy to recognize what is the attitude and vision of the other person. If there is anything wrong, you might not have it in word, but you will pick up in the vibration. The vibration never lies. And this is also the same thing when we are dealing with children. The same thing. Instead of listening to what they say, feel what they feel. That will help us a lot. So we need to be able to tune ourselves to pick up the feelings from other people. Unfortunately, I can't teach you that, but I know it is possible because I have experienced that many, many times. You just feel that somebody is having some not pure intention. Yeah. So Vinod Bhai says, I have wondered, voice has influenced me several times, but I feel vision and non-audible aspects creates more impact than that's more heard. Yeah. Yeah. So you will see that what you having will be picked by others, and you can pick others' feeling if you are in that state of soul consciousness. And the third thing is to what extent he can create his future. For me, everybody can create great future, because at the end we are all going back, and when we go back, we are all going back pure, right? So everybody is going upwards, okay, in their own level of the battery. Yeah. So those powerful battery will be very powerful, those less powerful battery will be less powerful, but they are gaining power. Yeah. So everybody is going up. For me, my vision for everyone, there's no hopeless case. Everyone is, going to make it, in their own way, at their own level. Yeah. So to what extent he can create, to the extent that where the soul comes, if a person is talking about a happy world, I know that that person is a golden age soul. If a person talks about peace, I know that that person mostly might be. I'm not saying this is 100%, but if a soul talks about just, peace, they're not really having that feeling that there is some world which will be totally happy and all, and they're very happy with just peace. That soul might be a little, but that's also a high status, because that is their golden age. Yeah. So, let me pause here, because this way I think it'll be better. Any thoughts so far? Recognize, be an astrologer, be able to read others. And that means that you should be able to read yourself as well. Does that make sense? It's all about the power of discernment. Yeah? And we need to know the past, the present, and the future. Yeah. And this is what real astrology is. To be able to immediately, know, that this person has bad intention, or this person is clean and, is coming with that vibe, and then the third step is how to deal with them. And that's very important. Yeah. Okay. So clear. So we proceed. So the last step is how to chase the impure souls. So let's say, for example, we've understood, we've kind of practiced this art, and somebody comes in front of us, okay, and we notice that, this person is a little bit, not 100% clean, having clean intention. So Baba doesn't condemn anybody like that. So in this situation, that soul needs help. Okay. If they've come with bad intention, we have the attitude that, okay, this person is suffering, and that's why he's got this, he's got this weakness. So how do we chase away, impure souls? And we know that these impure souls sometimes actually get into others, and they cause a lot of problem. So in the world, what they do is they light some incense sticks, and that kind of chases away, or or give, Baba spoke about red chilies also, to chase away these spirits, or basically it's just wandering souls. So some souls come a little bit like that. Let me just pause and read the comment. Risu says that, thank you, Arif, for reflecting today's Murli views in a very simple manner. We are thankful for all your divine presence. The positive vibration you have can be felt in your eyes. I have to leave once. Thank you. You're welcome. And I hope that, we can use this. That's the aim. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so what do we do? Okay, especially for sisters, and also for brothers as well, equally. Don't be fooled by sweet words or sweet acting of people. Try to go deeper, because if I am needy, my mind will be shifted. My intellect won't be having that clarity to be able to discern properly. And I might be attracted by somebody's, external stuff, or, the way they speak or the way they do. They're just acting. Okay. So you need to be very careful not to be kind of, and also the second thing is, we are, Brahmins, we have to be very loving. No. Yes, we have to be very loving, no doubt about it, but we have to be very discerning as well. So we have to take the right form at the right time. We have the Shakti form, and we have the Gopi Mata, the loving mother. Okay. So depending on the situation, we have to take the right form. If we have to take that form, and some people find it very difficult to take this form, even though generally we scream and shout. But when it comes to, a gathering and this one, it becomes difficult for us to take that very accurate. We try to please other people. Yeah. And because of that, we fall into wrong judgment, So when we are dealing with people, we don't have to be rude. We don't have to be aggressive, but we can always have the boundary very clear, and know when to bring that form of power. Okay. So is it clear? So this is a situation where you have discerned, you are an astrologer, you have seen somebody who's having not so good intention. You need to come and respond to it in the right way. That's what Baba is saying. Otherwise, you will be influenced. Yeah. So, a couple of
Om
comments.
Shanti. Yeah,
Yeah.
brother, I want to say something.
Yeah.
We know the Shiv and Parvati stories,
Yeah.
most of them. So I've seen that Parvati was very kind, loving, and but when she wanted to take the power, she used the power and she became Kali and she destroyed the evil peoples over there. So
Yeah.
this is the way where we need to take the power. We need to use those power accordingly.
Yeah. You have to decide which form to take when. Yeah. So I
Yes.
feel due to the circumstances, the souls are impure. So I feel pity, and we should try to help them to come out of it. Yeah. So the word pity in English is a little bit, there is some connotation of, I would say compassion, probably more appropriate. But, I understand what you mean. Like, we feel that they should come up. And Girija says, thank you, brother. You would please also share how I remove the tiny progeny of ingrained fear inside, sown by astrology. Yeah. Shivani Bin says, I know that Baba has made it very loud and clear that Baba wants us to be influenced only by Baba, no one else. So that makes it very clear for us too. It's like a bold and highlighted path for children to simply walk on. No question asked. Only Baba's company shall keep us protected. Lakshmi says, I came across a girl who had a bad behavior. When I was consulting her, I felt due to her past, she was behaving like that. Now, after counseling, she changed herself completely. Yeah. So that's it. I don't see anybody as bad. There is no bad person in this world. There's only good people in this world. They have behavior, they can act because they are needy. Okay. So that's the attitude that we come in. So when we are giving that power, is not the power that we want to crush that person. No, the power is we give that power that the person comes out of their weakness. That's the intention. That's the Baba's kind of game plan. Yeah. The power that we are talking about is not power to push the person, but to push that weakness so that the strength can come out. Yeah. So we never want to put down that person. We need to make that person realize that they are acting from the wrong space. And if there is another option, okay, so you can't tell somebody, don't do this, but you have to give that other option. Yeah. So I'll stop here now. I've shared quite a bit, and now if there is anybody who likes to ask a question, who likes to comment or say anything about what we've been discussing, please feel free to unmute and share your thoughts. Lakshmi said, very true. I believe, incest, brother, nobody is bad. Circumstances forces that. Yeah. So everybody, there's no bad person in this world. There's nobody who's bad. The person who's bad to me, who's acted badly, what we call badly, is not a bad person. It's just that the circumstances, like you said, their past, we know their past. So we can't judge their present because we know what it is. That's why Baba said that. Yeah. And we know that in the future, they'll be better. Okay, so it looks like only comments today. So I'll read the comments. Yeah, Shivani Ben says, I would like to know the answer to Girija Ben's question, please. Okay, Girija Ben's question. Can you ask Girija Ben's question? Your question in a moment? Just let me read the last comment and then, Divine Brother, when I believe I consider myself to be a soul, point of light, star, I'm an Avyakt Trikaldashi stage, where I can clearly know the subtle vibration of the soul, including past, present, and future, but only condition is that I, the soul, should remain seated in the soul consciousness stage so that my intellect is clean and clear. Perfectly correct. We have one faith. Okay, the problem is we seek advice when we don't have that support, but Baba is there for our support. We have faith that Baba is our protector. Whatever happens, Baba is going to protect us. Okay, so I don't have to, now it's different. The stars can be changed, okay, through faith. Baba can, create that change. Okay, so yes, it is true. There are times that I might need guidance, but, so Shivani says how to remove the tiny progeny of ingrained fear. Okay, so I come to that. Okay, so actually I've just answered that question. So faith is what can help you to remove any kind of fear. When I know, not that I think, I know that I am being protected. Okay, when you develop that relationship with Baba, and when you know that Baba is there to protect me, whatever it is, the only condition is I need to be totally clean, completely pure in my thoughts, words, and action. And then Baba's protection is always on my head. And if his protection is in my head, that's what they do. No, what do they do? You go to somebody, they tell you that this, okay, but we can do something about it, and then you need to do this and this and this. Okay, what Baba says is that your future is guaranteed. Okay, you are going to pass. Okay, the only thing is how many marks do you want? That depends on you. So will there be any fear of the exam? You're already told you're going to pass. There is no fear. Yeah. So yes, for sure, there is that feeling, that anxiety, fear that comes. But the way to remove that is faith. Strengthen the faith, and there will not be any fear. I'm fearless. Understand knowledge, there won't be any fear. Yeah, because everything that is happening is only helping me to reach my ultimate truth. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so anybody who has not said anything, would like to speak or share something or ask something, you have how many minutes? We have only 5 minutes left. It's your time now. Nothing? No one? You feel that we can use this in our day-to-day life? Yeah. Do you feel that you can use some of this? Just to pay attention, first of all, to myself. Okay. I need to pay attention to myself. Then I need to be aware of my surrounding, people, places, my action. I'm an actor. If I act, what is it? What is the result? I'm being watched. Whether somebody is there, whether somebody is not there, how do I behave? Yeah. So this is a good points to practice. Yeah. I would actually love to hear what you have taken for your practice.
Om Shanti,
Something
brother.
out of this. Yeah.
A wonderful session on this beautiful Murli, Astrologer. I think Baba has taken us in a one level up. When Baba tells us we are a star and we need to serve the world, the universe, we need to shine the planets. So we are one level up above than the planets. And I think it gives us a tremendous feeling that we are the servers. We are not the this one that being a planet, but we are unlimited and like a star, shining star. So I think it gives us immense power to actually be the creator of our own destiny, not only our own destiny, but also those around us. I think that's the real astrologer Baba is hinting us to be. Om Shanti, wonderful session.
Om Bhai, you're not a star, you're a superstar.
Maybe everyone
You're
is a
like,
part. Everyone
yeah,
is a superstar in this family.
yeah.
Definitely, Baba has a very high, kind of vision, unlimited vision of each one of us.
Yeah, he always says, no, Baba says you have a special role. You are ancestor soul. They talk about Swaman. What is Swaman? Just taking it and accepting what Baba is telling me. That is what
True,
it's all
true,
about.
true.
I am a
Exactly.
real star,
Yeah. Exactly. Taking what Baba's, matlab what you just said, na, ki don't listen to the word. Try to feel to the person what
yeah,
he or she is feeling. So if
yeah,
one can feel what Baba is feeling for us, I mean that is what is, I think, being
yeah.
the astrologer.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank
Thank you,
you.
man.
That aspect is so important. Just imagine that, that helps me. I'll practice that actually. So if you are a star, imagine these stars, actors and all, how they behave, like they always, like when they're walking out, people are taking their pictures, and this one. Now imagine if I actually accepted what Baba told me, I am a star, I'm an actor, I'm a special actor. I'm a very good actor. you know I'm an Oscar winning actor, whatever the greatest acknowledgement. Now you're going out, you are that today, you're going out, you are an actor. Now just behave like that. Now this is not just worldly actor. You are the actor of this whole world, and you are playing this role. Now go and play that role. Thank you.
Sir, about that, Om Shanti brother, about
Yes,
that
Om
external
Shanti.
and internal, we at the past we might have been different in internal and external, but after coming to Baba's knowledge, we should be the same. External and internal should be the same. And why we are our external changes is because we act almost all the time, because we are concerned about what others' opinion. What if we say this? What will other people
Yeah,
think about us? We should be our original. We should be whatever we want to express it. We should express it, and we
yeah,
should be our original. If we are originally what we have should show our original character, and we should not
perfect.
act. And especially after coming to Baba's knowledge, we should definitely follow this.
Definitely.
Om
Agree.
Shanti, brother.
Totally agree. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you. Vinod bhai, you raise your hand.
Right, brother. I'll not take much time. Om
Yeah,
Shanti.
yeah.
I
Good.
got a very nice way of looking at the three aspects of a soul. In fact,
Yeah.
I looked into myself and I got the answers for all the three aspects of the soul.
Yeah.
What I would like to carry home from here is that once we look at any soul, it's the commonality we should see in, because everybody have come through that phase. So it kinds of establishes harmony with everyone. And through Baba's protection, we look at the vision and attitude of the people, and whatever is the vision and attitude of the person, through Gyan, we should take them, lead them to future. That is to make them as good kings and queens as possible. That is to give them assurance and whatever best we can to help and fulfill that soul. So
Yeah.
that way we could be leaders.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true, I mean, and that's I really, I'm telling you, you don't know how many places I've been. I've learned so many things. And Baba's knowledge is so simple, and there's nothing, just remove this in your mind. There's anything that is bad, or there's anyone that is bad. And if there is anything, we can make it good, because that's what our job is. Baba would not come if everybody was good. If everything was pure, everything was okay, Baba would not even have come. But we went to him to seek this path because we want to do this job. We want to help ourselves first, and then we want to help other people. So yeah, perfectly. So I will not read the comment. If there's any one last person who would like to speak something,
Yeah.
yes,
I
please.
would take
Somebody would like to say something?
Yes, brother, I would take just 1 minute because time is short. Um, and thank you, brother, for making it very clear that I'm a spiritual astrologer. Earlier, when you put this Murli, I got a different understanding that day, but now, after your session, this
Yeah.
understanding.
Yeah.
So, when any soul is going to come in front of me, I'm going to practice it also, because many people come to us now to seek advice. So I'm going to think that I'm a fortune teller of the soul. I know his past, I know future, present, and I know his future also. So I think it is going to help me a lot when I give advice to other people.
Yeah. So just a couple of comments in meditation. Now give us some strong thoughts to remove the fear. One, support ek bal ek bharosa could be used as positive spray. Thank you, brother. Radhamani Ji says, very interesting session. Thank you, Pap Dada. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Benji. Seema Ben says, wow, an Oscar winning actor. This, I'm going to do this as well, Seema Ben. Super information. You know, I'm not an ordinary actor. I am the highest, you know, and I love acting actually. So this will be very nice for me to practice also. Girja Ben, please wrap it up with good meditation. Okay, let's do that. Okay. So let us just center ourselves and just see that we've come into this stage to play our part. And not only play our part, we are in such a time that we are creating our part for the whole cycle, 5,000 years. We are now in that space and moment where the creator is with us, the director of this play, and we are writing our script. And we are writing it by our action and our rehearsal that we are going to do in this period of time. And that is going to set our whole path for the full cycle. From the golden to the silver to the copper to the iron age. This time of the confluence is the highest time where we have the opportunity to participate. So what kind of life, what kind of script I want to create in my life, I have that opportunity to create. With Baba, I'm the co-creator, not only for me, but for others as well. Let us bring in this feeling inside ourselves that from this point onwards, every thought, every word that comes out from me is in alignment with peace, love, and happiness. This is my guiding force. I, the soul, I'm nothing but peace, love, and happiness. And the one that I'm dealing with is also peace, love, and happiness. And I need to have that vision for others. I need to see that we've come from the Iron Age and we are now at the Confluence Age. And there is a lot of souls who are migrating from the Iron Age to the Confluence and to their particular point in time. There is no room for condemning anyone. There is only good wishes for everyone in this world. As ancestors, as those hero actors who are playing these special roles, we are taking that position and we are going into life, being aware that both love and law, the form of power, is needed. Because through love, we can bring souls closer. But in order to transform the soul, power is needed. So we need that form of power for ourselves as well as for others. So let us go out today and let us practice what Baba is telling us. Let us feel what people are saying. Let us sense, let us become astrologer. Let us change the stars in that physical world. Let us change those with us being stars ourselves and shine Baba's light in the world. So with that, let us take a deep breath in